What's going on, you guys? It's me, Kev, bringing you another Strikepack tutorial. This tutorial is going to be a fix on how to fix pretty much, I would say, almost any analog stick issues you have, using the Strikepack, whether it's like a dead zone issue, sensitivity issue, or stick drift, or any of that. It's all the same thing. Any of that, people get wear and tear, stuff like that, and their control starts to, and they don't want to go out, you don't want to go out and buy a brand new controller just that quick. This is a quick fix. I've done this plenty of times, for my controllers in the past. And for my current controller, actually, and it's like, boom, I got it working again. Perfect, brand new. This is how you will go about. I decided, let me just, let my people know. If you already know, good for you. But this is for those of you that don't. Now you know. You want to plug in your Strikepack and open up Mod Central. You're gonna see a picture right here. This is to configure remapping settings and or paddles. As you can see, this is like the complete remapping setting. You're gonna see an Xbox controller if you're playing on Xbox, if you're plugged in an Xbox controller, or PS4. For me, PS4. I want to click it, and I want to click OK. Now, first thing is first. It might not look like this for you. You're probably like, what the hell? I don't know if I did something or just this is like messed up, whatever. I like collector mice. No, it looks weird like this. For you, it might not look like this. You might see the whole controller, zoomed out and stuff like that. You're gonna see these white lines going to each button, so you can configure and stuff like that. So never mind about that. That's just like the picture, whatever. This has nothing to do with the settings. Settings is still perfect. Everything still works. Now let me explain everything to you since I have this open. This is where you can completely remap any button, literally the share button, the touchpad, even the home button. You completely remap any button. You can flip your flips, all that jazz, right? So any settings you do here, and then this is where you can also disable your rumble. A lot of the games like Weapon and stuff like that for COD, certain games you gotta have vibration on in the game at all times. And I know a lot of you guys hate that. This is where you will go to disable your rumble. Once you check this and you do your remapping, all that jazz, come to the right. Do not forget. I know it's hard for me to see. It might not be hard for you to see. It says mirror advanced settings. Make sure this is checked also. It's like that. It copies and it sticks and it saves throughout, anywhere you go. Mod pass, game packs, or any mods you're using. It's like that. You don't get your buttons, reset or mixed up again. You'll be good to go. Then you can click save settings to the Strikepack. Now, moving on to the triggers and analog sticks. Mainly the analog stick. That's what this video is about. You got the left that says show advanced settings. This completely is going to show you the left. So you can completely control the left side of your controller. The left paddle to be whatever you wish. The dead zone of your triggers. The dead zone sensitivity of your stick. The X and Y. So you have a complete control of 360 settings on your analog stick. This is where I want to explain to you. Now, yeah, you could fix your triggers as well. So given the information I'm gonna give you about fixing analog sticks, it's the same way you can fix your triggers. Like in case one is like hard to press or you're kind of messing up on you, you can attempt to fix your triggers with this. But since it's a button, it might be a little different. Analog sticks, is like sensitive. It's case sensitive, so it's different. Since it's an analog stick and it's not really a button unless you press down on L3, but we're not talking about that now. If you have a stick drift and all that, you want to be able to fix both of these, the dead zone and the sensitivity. Now, for me, I like to play at 100% sensitivity for X and Y for my left stick. Since that's my movement, I always leave it at 100%. If you're experiencing like any kind of stick drift or issues with your analog or with your left stick, like it's messing up on you when you're trying to sprint in COD, or it's hard to sprint and run like that. My advice to you, my opinion, try this setting. Try putting the dead zone down to 0% and the sensitivity up to 100. Same thing for the y-axis, bring it up to 100. So both of these bring up to 100, and the static dead zone bring it down to 0, and this one down to 0. And just leave your stick like this. Try this out. If it's too much for you, then obviously bring this down, bring it up, do whatever you gotta do. But this is where you come to completely mess with your analog stick. You have full control of 360 pretty much. You can make it how fast, how much you want to press down on it, so it can activate, how slow, and all that. It's pretty much, you can have your own like tension, pretty much your own personal tension, without having actual changing the physical appearance or adding anything special to your analog stick. You could do all this digital within like this within Mod Central. It's pretty dope. Same thing like I said with the with your triggers, and also if you flip them here, it's going to be the same rules is going to apply. So it's just going to be flipped for you. But in my case, I don't play flip. And the right side, show advanced settings, is going to be the exact same, just the other side of the controller. You got your R1 and your R2. If you're playing flip, you can flip them. Same thing here. But see, I don't have 100% sensitivity. That's because if you raise the sensitivity here for first person shooters or third person shooters, you already know the right stick controls the camera. It's going to control the camera. So if you have this sensitivity all the way up, it's like having the sensitivity all the way up in COD games, in Modern Warfare, whatever, Cold War, times 10 or times 100. Trust me, it's insane. It's unplayable at that point. So you just want to leave this default. This is all default 000 because normally you wouldn't even touch the right analog stick. Again, if you have issues with it, if you have stick drift, then I would say, okay, maybe go slow, maybe increase it by like 5 or something, little bit at a time. Same thing with this, like try increasing the dead zone only if your right analog stick is giving you issues. Then I would say mess with it. But like I said, I'm showing you my settings, and my only settings I have different here is just the sensitivity on my left stick. But this is how you will go about. Then once you're done completely, getting situated with your analog stick configuration and all that, you got your numbers, your percentage, your values. You flip your triggers or whatever if you want. Once you're done here, don't just X out, save settings to Strikepack. But before saving to Strikepack, make sure you got this click, mirror advanced settings. This is very important right here, bottom right. Once that's checked, and if you want to disable rumbles checked, then you click save settings to Strikepack. And once it's saved, then you're good to go. You can unplug and test it out and continue gaming. Then, if you're not satisfied, plug your Strikepack up to the PC, mess with your analog sticks again, and get it right. Get it, fine tune it to your preference. Everybody, play style is different. Every single body. So what works for me, it might not work for you, but what works for he or she might work for you. You know what I mean? So everybody's different. So hope this video helped you out. Drop your boy a like, subscribe if you're new, check out my other content, and I'm out. Stay safe. Peace.